Okay.
Well, the old house used to sit right about where we're sitting. That water hydrant over there was the corner of the house. It was like 20 feet this way, 60 feet this way. So it was right, just right about where we're sitting. Had 3 rooms, kitchen. They called the middle room in a bedroom, and that was all there was to it. Just 3 bare rooms. That's then I backed the trailer in about right in here, and that's where I hooked. That's where I hooked onto the old house when we first moved up here.
Who built it? Who built the old house?
I don't really know, but we got a letter around someplace that says that my grandpa wrote to my grandma, and he says, due to the inclemency of the weather, we won't be able to get married till we get the house built. So I don't know what time of who it was. John Leahy, old John Leahy, was a carpenter. Now whether he built that, I don't know or not. But that was built in must have been 1895 or so, because my dad was born in 96, so 94 or 95 when it was built. And that, I don't think it ever changed from the time it was built, except it was built over there where the Farron barn is. That's where it was built, and it was too cold over there, so they rolled it on logs, I guess, rolled it over and set it here, and that's where it stayed. That's why all these trees are around here. But that's why the old windmill used to sit over there, is because they dug a well over there thinking the house was going to be there. So that's...
They plant these trees here? These trees are that old?
These locust trees, yeah, they're that old. Any of those old locusts, they gotta be that old.
So it'd be how old?
Over 100 years. That tree right back there, that big tree, I remember when it was a little tree, and that was the one with the swing in it there. There was a smokehouse right there where the woodshed is now. It looked like an outhouse, but it was a smokehouse where they smoked their meat and stuff. But otherwise, that's all it was. Right in this area, they had an orchard out there. The driveway used to come around the bluff over there, come around like this, and parked about where where that gate is there. That's about where the cars parked. Because there was a puddle of water. It was there all the time. They think it was one of those Indian things that they dug up. It's right where Mom's garden is now. I filled all that in. Well, this summer kitchen used to sit right there. They used to, they called it the summer kitchen because for some reason unknown to me, I don't know, they moved out to the summer kitchen in the summertime. And they had a bed in there and a cook stove. Actually, when I remember, they had a propane gas stove in there, in a bed and a table. Whenever Uncle Danny was here, he slept in there. That was in. I don't know why they'd moved their cupboards and everything out of the house there into the summer kitchen. I don't know. I think probably so they didn't get the heat from the kitchen into the other room because they didn't have no air conditioning. Probably wanted to keep the other house as cool as they could. That would be my guess. I don't know. But
where was the summer kitchen at?
Right where my garage sits now.
Okay. And what was out here? You pointed at something out here, or maybe I...
That's the summer kitchen. That building?
Oh, that is? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll go shoot some video of that while you guys are driving over.
So he moved that building from here so he could put up the garage.
Yeah. Yeah. And then when they moved the old house, because this probably was built about, I'd say 1920 or so. That's all walnut wood on there. Them studs is stuff that they had a sawmill at one time. They sawed them out of walnut logs.
You think they moved the house because it was too windy here?
I think it was too cold, too windy.
Up over the bluffs right there?
Yeah.
Then there's a hole on that side.
I was going to show that to you. Maybe I get down alongside of that. I was going to show you how deep it is.
You're not even... There's a piece of wood there.
Yeah, it's full of old crap and stuff. That's an old cistern. Yeah, it's a lot deeper than that.
There.
And that's
Yeah,
They, what was it? What it was a cistern to store water?
yeah, and I think that's that's why they put the cistern here, because they had the house here. They caught the water off the cistern for water because they didn't have any water up here. They had to. The story was that there was a well underneath the bluff, and Grandma used to carry water up over the bluff to. They used the cistern for wastewater and stuff. They didn't use it for drinking. That'd be my guess anyway. We no other reason to have a cistern here.
How big of a hole is it, like, sound-wise?
Oh, probably from about like we are here. Then it kind of comes up to like a jug. I don't remember. I remember the cistern. I don't remember. They usually mainly threw junk in it to fill it up because they weren't using it. Say, this is an old hay knife, they called it, and they used it for cutting haystacks. If they didn't want to use the whole stack of hay, I don't know how it worked. It looked to me like it'd be pretty hard, but it had a couple handles here, and it's probably a lot sharper than it is now, but that's what they used it for, is for cutting the hay.
Was that just laying in this barn over here?
What?
Was that laying in this barn over here, or where'd you find that?
What's that been hanging in there? There's a lot of old crap in there. Here,
What barn was this? This was the garage, right?
well, it was. Eventually, I took the doors off, made a farrowing barn out of it. I used to raise a lot of pigs. That's when I put the cement floor in there. It needs some repair right now. I'd say that behind you there is where the old horse barn used to be. There was 6 or 8 stalls in there. And I tore all them off and tore off the south end and made a shed out of it. And the other half there, they used to store their hay and feed them. So that the roof got blown off here just last year, so we put the roof back on there. So hopefully it'll stand a while now.
How old would you say the barn is?
Boy, I don't know. It's been built and rebuilt a few times. I wouldn't know how old the original part is. Older than I am, I know that. 80, 90, 100 years old.
And who built all this stuff, you think, between your grandfather and Uncle Danny and Uncle Jim, or who do you think?
I think they built this stuff, yeah. Yeah, they built this stuff. What'd you find, John?
Oh, the harnesses.
Oh, yeah.
What is it we're looking for?
A buggy.
It was a buggy step off an old buggy. Just an old medicine jar of some kind.
Get it?
What?
Oh God. I don't know what it is. What's that?
Don't they give the horses or something?
Careful, you're on a piece of wood there, so.
Is that it?
It's kind of like, I think it is part of it. Joe, it's made by an old blacksmith. I think it was part of a buggy step, but I don't know how it went. I think there was more to it than that. You know what that is, don't you?
What? That?
Yep.
No.
End of a single tree.
End of a single tree?
Yeah. They hit the. I got some double trees over there in the other shed I can show you. But that's a single. That's what they hook the horse's tugs into. You know, like when they're hooking and unhooking a horse. Oh, the stuff I threw in there. Not very far out is where they dug up the Indian things, right? Just out there. Yeah, had to be right in there someplace. Just the other side of the fence.
Did they take everything and put it in a museum, or do you know what happened?
Whatever they found, they put in the museum, but most of it I found was ashes and stuff like that. But I could show you a picture of Jim Fitz digging a hole about right where it was.
How long ago was this when they were digging it up?
During WPA days, probably in the late 30s. There. Tree. That's a neck yoke.
A neck yoke?
Be a ring in there. That would go over the end of the tongue, and then these hook onto the hames. So they can back up, so they can hold back. Otherwise, there's nothing to keep them from holding back, you know. You're going down the hill or anything. They had brakes on them old wagons, but most of them didn't work. the handle off of something.
Now, is this like Uncle Jim's rig?
This
Uncle
here?
Jim have horses that
Yeah, they were. That, I would say, is they put when they butchered a hog. You ever noticed when they hung him up, they had him spread out like that? Well, that's what they used as a single tree, and I think that's what that thing is, to hold their legs apart so they can
got him.
butcher him.
Say those are rake handles?
No, cultivator handles or plow handles. Go for a walking plow. All built on posts. They were actually set in the ground, and then we'd sawed them off and put a cement foundation under. But they were all slabs when they had their sawmill. They sawed. This is what was left on the.
Who's they? Who's they?
My uncles, I guess, they always said they had a sawmill. That's all I know.
What barn did they? Did they put cows in here, or I know you have sheep?
Yeah, they called this the milking barn. They never had sheep. Then I put the sheep in here, and they called it the sheep barn.
And how old do you think this barn is?
Probably 1920.
And how long do you think they put the horse barn in, or what year they put that in?
The barn over there,
Yeah.
I have no idea. It probably was there long before anything else. Where's Tanya go?
She's trying to keep the horses at bay.
Put them on the cow's legs when you're milking them so they didn't put their foot in the bucket. Just kind of a bone in their back leg. You hook that over it, and then you take up the slack with the chain. That'd keep them from. I don't know where she went.
Were Uncle Danny and Uncle Jim, are they tall? This barn seems awful short for tall
There's
people.
about 1.5 feet of shit in here. No, Uncle Daddy was, he was 6 foot. Tanya, I showed that set of cowhawks. Did you know they were in there? They're up on a little chain wrapped around a board in there. I was also going to show him that milk stool. You know, there's still a milk stool sitting above that middle door on the south. It's been there as long as I've been here.
A milk stool?
It's just a 4x4 with a board on it, but it's a milk stool. That's what they used it for. The cow hocks you put on the cow to keep her from kicking when you milk them.